How bad did that fuck with your vision?
It fucks with it. That's why I'm always in sunglasses. The light fucks with it.
Oh.
You know, it's really helped it, but it fucks with it. You know, and
So you're saying you quit twice?
yeah.
And then you didn't smoke for how long?
So I didn't smoke for 10 years. Then when my father was supposedly going to pass away, I was with Eleanor playing a club in Virginia. I was standing on this corner with like 5 different roads with cars going. I just bought a pack and started smoking.
Wow.
So that went on for like another 6 years. Then when I was turning 60, I had a heart attack. I didn't even know I'm having one, and it was in Vegas, and you know they put a stent in, and I just stopped that day. I just I didn't need any kind of patch or shot or just stop smoking.
Why do you carry them still?
But it's the same with gambling. I just we're having a conversation.
You have one in your hand.
I love it. I do love holding cigarettes. Even when I do concerts, they have to have 2 packs in the dressing room.
That's hilarious.
You know, but I never light them. I don't get the urge to light them.
What if someone lights one around you? You okay?
Couldn't
with
care
that?
less.
Really?
You want to smoke? Smoke.
No,
you know, I just don't want the smoke.
Right.
You know, and I always loved exercise, and I learned how to train my own body. Everybody's got a different body. Through Sly Stallone's guy when I was doing Fort Fairlane, George Pipasek is his name. And George was Mr. Czechoslovakia for 4 years. And when steroids came into the business back then, he just quit. He had a body like Tarzan. And he moved to America, built his own gym and every machine in it on Olympic Boulevard. And when my career took off, I became good friends with Sly. And I met George at his house, and George taught me how to train my own body, you know. And I've always stuck to and it always just works.
Can I stop you for a second? What the fuck was going on with that one interview where you went on some news show? I don't know if it was CNN. CNN.
Okay.
That was one of the most ridiculous things. Can we please play that? Because it's one of my favorite
We're never
Dice
going to get
videos.
to Doug Allen.
We'll get to Doug Allen.
And the videos.
We'll get to anything. Let's start from the beginning. Put the headphones on. This is one of my favorite videos.
Let's talk a little bit about where your career has been.
Where your career has been.
Of course, you were a headline guy.
I'm still a headline guy. You know what I mean?
For a while you popped out. Now you're coming back. For a while you were actually you were running a gym. Tell us about that.
Running a gym?
Weren't you running a gym at some point?
You're supposed to be a news guy. Where you getting your fucking
That's our
information?
research. You weren't.
This is ridiculous. I come on CNN and the guy don't even know what he's talking about. Go ahead.
You at no point were you running a gym?
No, running a gym. What,
No,
you
you
need a
didn't take a
workout or
timeout?
something? Jesus fucking Christ, with these guys. I come on the news for 2 seconds, and you want to... Every time I do an interview, a guy wants to open his fucking mouth. Can't even do a little fucking routine here.
We thought that you could hold
go
back.
fuck yourself. You know what?
All right.
Fuck the whole fucking network.
We'll go back to talking about Art Carney.
Well, whatever happened to that guy? That guy was so good at his job.
Gone.
CNN is so good at hiring people.
You know, just gone.
They're the best.
And he deserved it because
that was just so ridiculous. Like,
you know where I was the next night?
Where?
Sold out, Beacon Theater. I sold out the Beacon about 20-something times. I couldn't even tell you how many. And it's like, why is this guy, what? And I remember doing interviews about it back then going, what was it? His mommy doesn't like me?
No,
That's how I felt about it.
I'll tell you what it is from the outside. There was like a cultural narrative. And the cultural narrative is if you're a good guy, you hate that guy, and you don't think that's funny. You don't think the things he says are funny. And again, I bring it to like all other kinds of fiction, whether it's movies. I like violent films and violent books. I enjoy them. I don't know why. I like them. I don't think that's really happening. I don't think that's real. Like, is it fucked up that people getting shot is entertainment for people? I don't know. It's up to you, but no one's really getting shot. So what the fuck are you worried about? It's
Equalizer.
But the thing is, like, you don't have to like it. that's the thing. It's like for some reason it became like a hot button cultural issue, like where your comedy was, this character was demeaning, and it was going to cause other people to be demeaning too. But my thought was always like, is it going to cause you to be demeaning? Are jokes going to cause you to be demeaning to people? Is that really possible? So then who are we talking about? Are we talking about kids? And is that what's that on? Is that on the parents? Is that on the teachers? Is that on the kids? Or is that on Dice to raise your kids?
You know,
like, what is that?
Number one, I just think, you know, we've been so held back now. Like comedians, for the most part, are just being held back because comedians, as Lenny Bruce put it, and I don't even study comics, we're supposed to be a mirror of what's going on in the world and say things what's going on in a funny way. That's all comedy's supposed to be. You know, depending on how hard you want to get about it, well, that's up to the actual individual comic.
Yeah.
But to put cuffs on comedians in 2023 is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Well, this is the time where it's, you know, it's important to make fun of things because things get real serious that shouldn't get that serious.
Because you're not allowed to express. And when people
not allowed to fuck around.
When people have to, you know, I watch these shows with my girlfriend. Let me tell you something. I keep saying it, but, you know, this is a girl that's been through a lot with me. She's been through the palsy phase. She's the one giving me last night in the hotel with the hot rags on my face because as normal as I look, okay, the muscles are tight, you know, and it's fucked up, okay? And
how long ago was it?
This is, she would know better than me. I don't know if it's a year. It's a year in July, I think. Somebody could ask her. It's either a year or 2 years that I'm dealing with this, but I refuse to back up. You understand? I refuse to just fold.